to the Hot Mess channel!
Woo! The channel where both girls have their periods the same week.
We are back for another edition. We are back with another edition of Rating Celebrities.
Part 3, because we've met so many in our 5 years in Los Angeles.
It's just honestly so exhausting. The phone doesn't stop ringing.
No, like managers on managers, our teams will call your teams. Like, it's just annoying at this point, but you know, we get through it.
Do you want to hear something that's actually funny? So I texted Rebecca, our agent, this morning. Earlier in December, the A-List reached out saying that we could pick clothing items from certain companies. I sent her the list like the week of Christmas, and she was like, okay, they are probably not going to be in this week because of the holiday, but like I'll send it to them anyway. Today, I followed up and I was like, hey, do you know if the A-List ordered stuff yet? Because if they didn't, like, you can have them send it to my new address. She responds saying, I don't think so. They haven't answered, but I got responses when I sent. And I said, they said, ooh, question mark? And
like
she
O's?
goes, yeah, like all 3 capital O's. And she goes, haha, they had out of office messages.
Oh! Like, you can't hit us with that language.
No, and I go, oh my god. I said, Rebecca, I'm a YouTuber.
I get so annoyed by real terms. I don't know what, like, I'll ping you, let's circle back. Like, I can't fathom those terms.
You can't just say, and expect me to know what that means. But I was like, oh my god, I literally thought that you sent the clothing links to them, and they were like, ooh. I'm so dumb.
I mean, even working at Target, they'd be like, okay, so like backstage we're gonna do this. I'm like, just say the back room. It made me so mad.
Funny.
Anyways, we do have so many more celebrities to go through.
I guess we'll just start with the ooh himself, right. Mr. Tim Tebow.
Oh, my dreamboat. I don't even know who he is. Well, we did have an encounter with Tim Tebow, and I'm not gonna play you guys, like, I don't know who he is. I know he's a football player.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that you did at the time.
We were in Miami for, it was a Super Bowl, right?
No, we were in Minnesota.
Oh yeah, Minnesota. I actually was picturing Minnesota. Place. I said Miami. Yeah. Okay, we were in Minnesota for the Super Bowl, and we were at some, like, after party type of thing, and Erin, I think you obviously pointed him out, right?
Yeah, I forget, like, the whole thing leading up to it or why it happened. I don't even, like, maybe you were like, oh, look at him, like, he's strong or something, or like, he's cute or something. Like, I don't remember, like, what happened. No, not like that, but just like maybe you were like, oh, is he a football player? You know, like, something like that. Like, oh, is he one of the players? Because it was for the Super Bowl. But, like, there was some conversation leading up to it, and we were both, like, a little tipsy, I think. Like, we had been drinking at this, like, pre-Super Bowl party.
Had to have been.
And, first of all, we were at a party that was, like, just full of celebrities. Like, everyone who was going to the Super Bowl.
Vanessa Hudgens.
Yeah, lots of people. That's where we first saw the Steveens, and we, like, fangirled, because we, like, always watched them on Instagram, and I was like, oh my god, Carly! They were just, like, mythical creatures. We would, like, literally get in bed and lay in bed and watch their stories, because we were like, how are these people real? They're so, like, interesting.
I mean, we did do that. We'd, like, literally lay in bed and watch stories.
No,
like,
I know.
Snapchat stories.
What if I just made one of the rooms in my house a recreation of my bedroom in our old apartment?
I'm sleeping over 3 nights a week.
Yeah, we're like 8 minutes in. We haven't even talked about Tim Tebow yet. Mr. Kate.
Does he have Mr. Kate too?
Hey, Mr. Kate.
They literally, they pay our old apartment to, like, take that
to the wall.
I would scream.
That would be so funny. If I was like David
here's my
and had
office.
Like, yeah, if I had like money to do shit like that I like could do as a joke. Okay. But anyway.
So I don't know how it came about, but Erin's like, Carly, go take a picture with him, but tell him you really love his morals. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, it was so funny.
I don't even know where I got the confidence to be like, hi, can I have a picture with you?
No, I know. I did not think you were going to do it. That's why I was like, oh my god.
I really showed up that night. I really did it.
Yeah. But for those of you who don't know Tim Tebow, he is a football player in the NFL, and he was a virgin, like notoriously known for like being a virgin and like having like
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it was like you know, like a memeable thing then. So it was just like a joke that I said to Carly, but then she actually went and did it, and it was like so fucking funny. It was so funny. Not saying that like being a virgin or anything is wrong. It was just like a hot topic at the moment, and then like the fact that Carly had the confidence to go over to him and like have that whole interaction, I was just like, I cannot. I think for me, the interaction was like a pure joy moment, like 10 out of 10 for me. He was a good sport, like took the picture and was like,
so
thanks.
Nice.
You could have been married to an NFL player.
Have a huge rock on my hand right now.
Okay, next one is Travis Mills, which has actually been requested by multiple people in the comment section of these videos.
I feel like we met him separately.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know you've met him. I've been around Travis like a handful of times because he always DJs emo night, and the funny thing is, like, whenever we are with one another, we are always both so drunk. All of my interactions with Travis have been nothing but like funny and fun, and he's always been so nice to me. So like I have no bad things to say about Travis. Like for me, it'd be like a 10 out of 10.
When I met him too, he was just so, we were just like at David's house. I feel like a lot of people were there, and like I think Zane had just been on his podcast, so like he invited him over, and I didn't know who he was yet, but I was just like, oh, this guy is so nice. Like literally, he looked like, I thought he was in some like hardcore band because of the way he looked. Yeah, I mean, he just hung out like a friend.
I think the first time I met him, it's like one of those interactions where you kind of just like fuck around with each other.
Yes, I was gonna say that exactly.
And then I was like, oh, I like this person, because like that's very like my sense of humor and like what I would do. I think I was like sitting in a chair or something. He's like, why are you sitting in my chair? And I was like,
yeah, it's like that energy.
Yeah, but like in such a fun way. Like I've only ever had good times with him. So like we stand. We could talk about David Copperfield.
Oh my god. I do want to talk about David Copperfield, but I don't know how to without sounding like rude. We were doing a job in Vegas. So it was actually a job that never happened. So we were supposed to be promoting like a certain hotel line with Snapchat, and they started fighting, I guess, and then it ended. I don't really understand.
It was actually like the funnest thing we have ever done, and we were so excited for all of that content to come out. And then the day we left, they had another group of people coming in, and like a whole shit show happened, and they pulled the whole project, and we were like devastated, and we tried to get all the footage, and they were just being real jerks about the whole thing.
We danced with Thunder from Down Under. That's like Magic Mike of Vegas. Like we had to learn their dances. How awkward could that footage be? I want to see it so bad, but it'll never be out.
And somebody has it somewhere. Yeah, it was filmed on like TV cameras.
Yes, like I want that footage.
Quality shit.
Like we're probably
that's your job, Carly. You have to get that footage and play it at our wedding.
Oh my god.
How would I
ever obtain it?
That can be your gift to me. We know someone who knows David Copperfield's people, and we were like, oh, let's just go see a show or something, because none of us were really like gamblers. So we went to go see David Copperfield. We heard great things about the show, and then me, Carly, and Rebecca, our agent, went, and I like literally don't know how to explain it, but it was so weird and so awkward. Like it felt like he knew we were there, and he was just like making direct eye contact with us the whole fucking time. And like not to toot my own horn, because like obviously we're like three attractive women. It felt so weird to me. Like I had to be like, are you like, do you feel that too, or?
I feel it. Do you feel it? I don't want to sound rude at all. I just feel like I was expecting so much more from the show. It was just like all about an alien and like his dad and like a spaceship like literally went above us, but it wasn't magic. It was just like effects. I don't know. It was very strange. I don't understand like.
Yeah, the show was bad.
The weirdest storyline was happening on stage, where I looked at the reviews after, because I was like, is this like, do people like this? I don't understand it. It was very divided, I'll be honest. It was very I feel
like if I were on acid, it would have made perfect sense. But I mean, like, good for him. He makes a shit ton of money, and a lot of people do enjoy it, but like, I think for us it was just a little weird. But then we got to meet him. We got these tickets for free. We got to sit in like incredibly good seats, and then like we were gonna chat with him after. but like we didn't want to chat with him after, but then like, you know, he'd been staring the whole time, so it was like, okay, well, if we leave, then it's gonna be awkward, and like we're also like here because of a friend who knows him, so like then it would be awkward if we just skedaddled. So it was like this whole weird interaction, and like I hated it.
I remember waiting in line and I was trying to think of something I could say from the show that I really liked. Because I was like, this is the only, I don't know how else to talk to this person. I mean, I don't think he was looking at us in a way where it was like, oh, ladies. It was just like,
no.
We were in the direct, very front, and I feel like maybe he just knew like where they place people that are going to meet him or something. I don't really know.
100%. Yeah, so I was like, he probably thinks we're like super fans.
Yeah. It was an interesting experience. It's a funny story for like the three of us. So that makes it rank higher, but probably like a 3 out of 10. Because I was just like, this is so uncomfortable.
It was such an uncomfortable situation. I have to agree with you on the rating. Next, we have one on the list for you, Carly. Matt Thiessen. For all the emos. Oh my god.
So if you don't know who Matt Thiessen is, he's a singer of Relient K. I was obsessed with them. I probably went to like 6 of their concerts within a couple of years with a group of my friends who also really liked them. Did you like Relient K? I forget.
I only knew like the hits, but then when we lived together, you made me like the playlists of like their best songs. And the only song I remember is Deathbed because it scarred me for life.
It's so sad. If you want to hear like a Taylor Swifty type of like story sad song, listen to Deathbed by Relient K. You will not be disappointed. I was in love with him. Like how I am with Harry Styles, like that's how I was about Matt Thiessen. I just felt like he was perfect for me in every single way. I don't know if he felt the same, but that's how I felt. My best friend, Matt, who lives in Omaha, we both have like a mutual love for Matt Thiessen, and we ended up getting to meet him. So this picture I'm showing right now is I have this umbrella that looks like a frog. Do you remember that umbrella?
Yeah, the one in your car.
It was raining and we had to wait in line for so long before, so I just like had it with me, and then we did this meet and greet after, and I just had it with me, and he was so excited about the umbrella. He was like, oh my god, let's take a picture, like that's so funny. And of course I was like, oh my god, he's in love with me. Funny story about him, which is actually really devastating, because you know how Erin and I are really good like FBI investigators. So
it's true.
He was engaged to somebody named Shannon, and I was so invested in this because they randomly broke up, and I was so confused. I was just like, what happened? And I found
that's
out,
when you need to know.
I realized that she had this like morning show on this radio station that she would talk on every single morning, and I don't know how this happened, but I found a website where you could listen to archives of all of these episodes, and I found the one where she talked about them breaking up, and it was probably like months and months prior, and it was so devastating. So he ended up cheating on her. This morning show that I was listening to, it was the day they were supposed to get married. It's weird. She was very understanding, and she was very like, at the time it was horrible when we broke up, but I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. Like, we're not together at all, but I'm, you know, I'm seeing the light and everything, and I'm happy to move on. But like, we were supposed to be getting married today, and it's raining outside, like it just feels wrong. I don't know, it was just like bizarre. And then I hated him after, but the interaction was like a 10 out of 10. He was so nice and was just like so open to talking and getting to know his fans, which maybe is his downfall, because he got to know his fans really well and then cheated on his fiance and then ruined everything.
Speaking of cheating on your significant others, I'm going to talk to you guys about the cast of Vanderpump Rules, who I know very well. I was actually on an episode myself, season 4, episode 15.
Actually?
Yeah, I looked it up before this. Don't worry, I'm not like crazy. If you are...
No, you were the main character. What do you mean?
Yeah. So our friend at the time, we were all on Vine still, and Katie and Tom were fans of his Vines. So they invited him and like however many friends to go to a launch party of like some magazine that I think like Lisa was putting out. I literally have no idea. Lisa. How we wound up there, but I was freaking out because it was like my first few months in LA, and I was just this like, you know,
showbiz, baby.
Yeah,
showbiz.
And I was like, oh my god, my favorite reality show, like primetime season. I'm still like blinded by what actually happens when they film reality TV shows. And I was just so excited. I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. I can't believe we're gonna go like be somewhere where they are. And so we went there. It was just so weird. They were like very nice, but like you could like, I don't know, the vibes were very much like everyone was like drunk and horny. Like it was very weird. Also, our friend at the time had told us that Katie told him that her and Tom had a hall pass once a month to be with whoever they wanted. And at the time, her hall pass was going to be him. So,
oh my God, I forgot.
Yeah, so for me, that was like crazy information.
How weird.
Because
it's crazy now hearing it for the second time.
Yeah, but like at the time of the show, like they weren't married yet, and they were like, you know, like drama in the show was like him cheating on her. But then I hear that information, and I'm like, well, you allow each other to cheat on each other.
Oh yeah, like you have the info.
So it was like it was like a whirlwind for me, but like that interaction was like kind of a blur because we were all so drunk, and like for me I was just getting the vibes that like she wanted to hook up with my friend Katie, and I was like, okay, I feel uncomfortable now, but like this is so interesting. Like there's pictures of us, it's very weird. And then probably like a month or two later, same friend was asked to go to Katie's launch party for her like blog, Pucker and Pout. And he was allowed to bring one person, and he knew that I was a fan of the show, so he invited me, and it was crazy.
Like, and they were filming Vanderpump, right?
Yeah, so they were filming, so we had to like sign release things, and it was the fakest shit I have ever seen in my life. It ruined reality television for me, but like in a good way, where it's like probably healthy that I know that all of these things aren't actually as they seem fully, but like everybody was there. Literally every cast member, like in the prime, Jax, Lisa, Ken, James, Kristen. It was like when James, literally everyone. And I was like a kid in a candy store. Like I truly sat back and watched the whole night. Like I don't even think I talked to anybody because I was just like watching, and there's probably like 25 people there tops. But little fun fact, like so many things they remake the cast do. Like it was when James and Kristen were dating, and like James cheated on Kristen, and he entered the party but the cameras weren't on him, so they literally were like, James, go back down and do it again. And I was like, what?
You're like, this is real, I thought.
Yeah, but so like so much of it, like I would see the producers be like, okay, go talk, Lisa, go talk to Jax, like stuff like that, which was just so crazy and so eye-opening for me as a viewer who knew nothing about how they film shows. So the only people that I really like met and spoke to were Katie and Tom. They were really, really nice, but like I said, like just shit-faced and like also just like weird vibes because like I thought she was gonna have sex with my friend. But then I've also met Ariana and Tom, who, like, we stan. Ariana really loves emo night, which is, like, why she's forever a queen. But so TJ kind of knew them because they would go to emo night, and then we went to a music festival and just, like, literally randomly saw them walking. So we were walking next to them, and TJ was like, oh my God, hey! And then we, like, stopped and chatted with them for a minute, and they were just, like, truly the nicest people. They were so sweet. Like, we're genuinely, like, asking TJ, like, how's your time been? Like, they just knew things that I was just like, oh my God, you know that? And just, like, very down to earth. So I would say, like, Katie, Tom experience probably, like, 5 out of 10 just because I felt uncomfortable, and like the magic was kind of taken away. But then Ariana and Tom, I would say like probably like 9 out of 10. Next, I don't know if you guys are ready for this one. We have Lil Romeo. And right off the bat, I will say, full transparency, the interaction was like a full 2 out of 10. It was just so awkward, so uncomfortable, so tragically sad, and just like not good. We were in a juice shop.
It was Jamba Juice, baby.
We were in Jamba Juice, and in walks Lil Romeo. And I was like, this person looks familiar to me. But I hadn't, like, seen him since he was a little kid. And then it clicked because I'm crazy. And I was like, oh my God, that is Lil Romeo. And then I'm, like, eyeing Takara, like, oh my God, Lil Romeo's in this Jamba Juice. And I mean, we were in, like, the middle of nowhere. I don't even know how it happened. But I don't know why or how I asked for a photo. I think it was the day after I met Pete Wentz. And I was like, what the I was like, how am I running into another celebrity? Like, this is so crazy. I'm going to take a picture. I need to send it to like my friend back home or something. But then he just like assumed I was a super fan.
And we both were super fans.
Yeah, like everyone in Jamba Juice at this point was a super fan. Then he's like, you guys need to follow me on Instagram, telling us to follow him on all these places. It was honestly just like a little sad.
Yeah, it was just weird when you see like a childhood star like ask you to follow that. It was, I don't know, it was just weird. It was like very...
It was so uncomfortable.
Situation.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like a friendly, like we were just like hanging out and he's like, oh, you should follow me. It was literally like, hey, pull up your Instagram, like, follow me now. It was just like, oh my God.
It was so weird.
But I'm glad we experienced it together.
Okay, next we have Josh Dunn.
So it's like one of those weird connections with, I feel like for us, it's like, we were Viners, but we were such small Viners that if like a celebrity followed us, it was like the craziest thing ever. And then we followed each other on Twitter as well. And I remember I was with David and Liza and like a couple more people, and we were going to a 21 Pilots concert, and he DM'd me and he was like, hey, I think one of your friends is doing like a Hot Topic like story with me, like you guys should come back and we can hang out and like actually meet or whatever, which was like so cool because
oh my God, you could have been Debbie Ryan.
Oh, I could have been like, oh, I think they were maybe dating at the time, I'm not sure. It was just like, first of all, like that interaction, the first like message being like, hey, you guys should come back and hang out, that was so cool because I feel like you just never expect somebody that big to reach out. We went to his like room and we saw Tyler for like a second, and I feel like he's just like not as social. I think he has a lot of anxiety and stuff, which is like totally understandable, so we didn't really talk to him, but just, like literally hung out for like 30 minutes, and he was like, I feel like we say this so much, but a genuine, just regular person just hanging out, just at a huge show that he's playing worldwide. Like, I don't know, just so cool. Literally 10 out of 10. And then I ended up seeing him and Debbie probably like a year later at some random club, but he literally just treated me like a bro. He was like, hey, what's up, dude, like how have you been? And like I talked to him for like 2 seconds, and I saw Debbie and we just like said hi or whatever. But
I feel like every guy in a band like that calls girls like bro and dude, and like has that same exact, like even just the way you said it, I'm like, yep.
I know, but it just like, it feels good because you're just like, okay, cool. Yeah. He's just like a guy who's just like saying hi or whatever. 10 out of 10, nicest dude ever. I don't really know Tyler. I didn't really talk to him, but it's like, can't really say anything on that. Love him.
Like a really good positive note to leave off on.
I feel like that's it for all the celebrities we met. We're kind of running dry, so if you guys remember any, let us know. But
I know. There's definitely just like a bunch of random like band people that I've met. I just feel like it's not interesting. Thanks for watching.
And make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see
you on Friday.
Bye.
Bye.